I'm honestly not surprised at the fact that Astolfo became a playable character. Let's be honest, it was bound to happen at some point. I mean, look at all the Astolfo costumes that exist in the game right now. The devs freaking love this dude. Anyways, Astolfo is a character from the Fate series, and as of June 6th, 2022, he became a limited playable character with a summer-themed costume. He was available in the gem shop for 2,500 gems, making him the first ever 2,500 gem character. I think we're gonna start seeing 2,500 gem characters in the shop here very soon. Like, permanent ones. I know, 2,500 gems is expensive, but let's continue. His abilities are Whirling Thrust, Beach Ball Slam, Cheer, and Whirlpool, with his Whirlpool ability being his assist. Let's talk about his 3 ability first, then we'll go in depth on his 1 ability. And the only reason why we're going to be talking about these 2 abilities specifically is because the other 2 abilities, while they're still pretty good, are kinda plain. Astolfo's 3rd ability, Cheer, is a unique ability, since it has some really cool sub-attributes. The attributes of the Cheer ability are seen in other characters and pets, but he combines them into one move. When the Cheer ability is activated, the other players nearby Astolfo and the player playing as him all gain a 10% buff to their base attack, critical chance, and critical damage. This is nice, especially since it lasts for a whopping 14 seconds. 14 seconds of a buff. What the fudge, Koobles? 10% can go a long way, but sadly this buff does not stack. So you only need one Astolfo on your team to get the most out of his buff. As for his first ability, it's very similar to Yorichi's 2 ability, since it's kind of a distanced leap, as to say, as opposed to a regular dash ability. Like, for instance, Sungjin Woo's 1 ability. Also, if you like the video so far, then make sure to not only drop a like on it, but also subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss any future uploads. And while you're at it, why not consider becoming a member? But anyways, let's get back on topic. The main difference between the 2 of the abilities is the fact that Astolfo's 1 ability does 10 ticks of damage, as opposed to Yorichi's 2 ability, which only does 4 ticks of damage. So, Astolfo has a semi-dashing ability along with a damage buff ability. Combine those 2 attributes with some decent damage on his 2 and 4 abilities, and you know what? Before I reveal if this guy is a good character or not, we're gonna do a slime dimension run with Astolfo. I wanna show you guys what this guy is kinda capable of. You know what's kind of funny? The fact that Astolfo is from Fate, and I'm using a Fate Dimension accessory. Real funny moment right there. What's not quite as funny is the fact that I'm doing a Tenshura dimension rather than a Fate dimension. I should have done Fate for this, now that I realize it, but whatever, I don't care. Now, the 3 ability, one thing that I kind of don't like about it is the fact that it seems inconsistent with attacking. Like, sometimes I'll use it and I'll do like a bunch of damage to some enemies, and then sometimes I use it and it just does nothing. Also, Gilgamesh, another very funny moment. Actually, I should have just called him Gilgachad. No, I'm not making that joke again. Also, you can redirect the direction of the attack, specifically the 2 attack, whenever you're in the air. So let's say, for instance, if you're aiming in the wrong direction and you want to attack behind you, you just be like... But yeah, Astolfo's dash is kind of like Sungjin Woo's dash in some aspects. It's not as good, that's not what I mean, but, you know, I mean, hey, it still is pretty decent. Also, the fact that this son of a biscuit dodged my ultimate is very annoying.
Be gone!
So if you manage to get your hands a hold of the Kurumi pets, I feel like Kurumi and Astolfo would be like best friends. Okay, I guess that was a perk of the 1 dashing ability that Astolfo has. If you're stuck on a set of stairs or you're stuck on a plane lower than enemies, you can use the 1 ability and just remove that little obstacle. Also, the fact that Astolfo is using an umbrella as a weapon is kind of funny. Hey, look at this! It's an umbrella! No Oswald E. Spencer. It just did a tick of damage. What? Wait, that was Kurumi. Never mind. So there is a boogeyman. Okay, he's literally the boogeyman. He's chilling in the shadow.
I like it crazy.
Should have activated the 3 ability before my 4 ability, but I don't care. It's the slime dimension. It's super easy. Hi, frames. Melty, melty. And felty, felty. That made no sense. That wasn't a bad run, but now to answer the 2 questions that everyone has. Is he good? And should I buy him? Let's start with the first question. Is he good? Yes. Yes, he is. All of his abilities do multiple ticks of damage with short cooldowns. His third ability is also a nice buff for you and the other players in the game. 10% extra damage, crit chance, and crit damage doesn't seem like much, but it stacks up quickly. Even his ultimate is really good. Says it's basically just a reskin of Ryuko's ultimate, iframes and all. Like, you legit don't have to dodge while his 4 ability is active. That's how good it is. So, to buy or not to buy? Buy. No questions asked. Even if you don't end up using him, he gives 2,000 stat points, which is insane for a gem character. With that in mind, he isn't going to be as versatile as Nezuko, but he is, however, better than Yu-Gi-Oh! For dimensions. Mainly due to the fact that Astolfo's dash does more damage than Yu-Gi-Oh's dash. So, if you're a player that uses gem characters for their entire team, get and use this guy right now. It will be worth it 100%. But if you have Nezuko, use her for boss raids and boss rushes, and use this guy for dimensions. While Astolfo is a good character, we gotta talk about Sung Jin Woo. If you're wondering why some players are able to do an absolutely ludicrous amount of damage, then watch this video right here. You're gonna like this video.